All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Every Day with Sheree. I'm Sheree Vejan, co-founder of the Goal Setters Club, author of the 2023 Goals Journal. Welcome to our daily goal accountability moment. I just want to give you some tips or resources to help you reach your goals in 2023. Today, I'm going to talk about examining who you are today, right now. Let me turn my phone down. So there's a quote that says, people may spend their whole lives climbing the ladder of success only to find, once they reach the top, the ladder is leaning against the wrong wall. So one thing's for sure, sorry, I have a bunch of cameras here. One thing's for sure, working on your goals is going to change you in a big and small way. If you used my journal last year, I can guarantee you are not the same person that you were when you started, especially if you did the work, if you read the books, if you participated in the challenges. As you learn, you'll hear me say over and over again, I believe that one new friend, one new book, one new course or conference can change the whole direction of your life. I was reading a book yesterday, and the author was talking about his mom living in her dream home that her husband had built before he passed away, and there was an accident that happened that burned up the house. So while she was waiting, they rented a space, and she had bare minimum furniture waiting for the insurance to kick in. But between renting the small apartment and the insurance check showing up, she changed her mind. She changed her mind about home ownership. She changed her mind about the responsibility of the maintenance. The house was too big. It was too much upkeep. She enjoyed living minimally. And so, yes, there was a point where, and it could have had a lot to do with her husband, with her spouse. There was a point when she expressed how she felt about her dream home, and she pursued that with a vengeance, with everything she had. But life happened. Situation happened. Thankfully, she was able to sit down and reflect instead of just say, okay, the insurance check is here. Let me go buy another house. Let me build it the same way it was. Let me go back to how it was. But she took some time to say, hey, I don't want that anymore. This is where I am right now. So she took some time to reflect. And as for me, similarly, I did something last year. I worked towards something, and I can't really say what it is. I had it on my wall, my prayer journal, studied, took the test, passed it, and I'm 99% sure, even though I worked on that like a year and a half, I don't want to do that anymore. And it could be because deep down inside, I didn't really want to do it. I just looked at it as an opportunity to increase my income. But as I started seeing how that particular industry worked and the type of energy, I decided that I didn't want to be a part of that. I thought it was going to take away more than it was going to give me. But I'm glad I went through it, because if I didn't go through it, I would be thinking, oh, I should do that. Oh, I should try that. Oh, I should do. So I tried it. I passed it. I decided I don't want it. And I don't feel like it was a waste of my time. I met some great people. And then sometimes you'll say, oh, well, let me at least try it since I spent all that money and I spent all that time. No, I don't want to waste no more of my time. I'm done. So as for you, you want to be careful not to copy your unfinished goals from 2022 onto your 2023 goals journal. So, on your section, I think it's page 28. Take some time to think about who you are right now. Don't just transfer your goals from 2022 onto 2023, your unfinished goals. Okay, I didn't finish that. Let me go. Let me put that on this year. But are you still that person? Is that still what you want? Is that goal still relevant? And that activity may seem easy for some. It may be extremely hard for others. Maybe your goals and dreams are attached to other people. Maybe it's attached to your family. Maybe you got to deliver some bad news. Maybe it's attached to your job. Maybe you accepted a position that you realize, like, nah, that ain't it, and you have to step down. So it might not be as easy as it is, but you also don't want to spend more years climbing up the wrong ladder. Right. This week I watched like 5 days of Tony Robbins. A lot of people watched that. It was like 1.4 million people. He had an unshakable challenge. I finished 2 audiobooks, Move the Needle and The Power of 144. I started a new ebook, Mirror Work. And not only have I changed just in 5 days, I changed up some things around me based on the new knowledge that I received. So it may not take you a year to examine who you are now. You may wake up the next morning with the new knowledge you had and clarity kicks in. You might have went to church and heard a sermon and clarity kicked in. So here's the reflection question for today. Who are you compared to last year? How have you changed? And you can ask yourself, who are you compared to last month? How have you changed? Who are you compared to last week? How have you changed? Who are you compared to last night? How have you changed? So I want to encourage you to reflect. Reflection. I learned, I think I always felt like I didn't have time to reflect. I felt like this happened, it's over, move on. As I started reading John Maxwell book, I think it's 15 Laws of Success, but he talks about reflection. And when I read that chapter, I said, you know what? I need to start reflecting more, reflecting on the year, reflecting on the month, reflecting on the week, reflecting on the day. And so reflection is good. It could bring up some feelings or emotions that you may not be ready to work through at the moment, but it's good to reflect. So that's my homework for you today. Reflect on who you are right now. What is it that you still want? What is it that you're still reaching for? Are those goals still relevant? Before you move on to writing out your goals for 2023, this is a part of the before the goals section. Before you start writing out what you want, make sure that you're still that same person that wants that. All right. You guys have an awesome day. For the replays, you can go to everydaywithsheree.com, and I will see you tomorrow.